Listen to me very carefully. Right now, as you're hearing these words, there are people out there who started with less than you, who had fewer opportunities than you, who faced more obstacles than you, and they're winning. They're absolutely dominating life while you're sitting there making excuses. And you know what the difference is? They decided to rise. They decided to conquer. They decided now is the time. You think you have time. You think tomorrow is guaranteed. Let me tell you something about tomorrow. Tomorrow is the biggest lie you've ever been sold. Tomorrow is where dreams go to die. Tomorrow is where your potential gets buried under an avalanche of, I'll do it later. The graveyard is full of people who were going to start tomorrow. You don't have tomorrow. You have right now, this moment, this second. And you're either using it to rise or you're using it to rot. Here's what nobody wants to tell you because they're too weak to face it themselves. You are capable of absolutely extraordinary things. Not next year, not when conditions are perfect, not when you feel ready, right now. But you've been conditioned to be comfortable. You've been programmed to seek ease. Society wants you docile, wants you manageable, wants you to be another sheep in the herd. They feed you entertainment, distraction, comfort, anything to keep you from realizing the warrior that exists inside you. Every morning you wake up is a battle. You can either surrender to mediocrity or you can rise up and conquer. And conquering isn't about beating other people. It's about destroying the weak version of yourself that makes excuses. It's about annihilating the part of you that hits snooze, that scrolls for hours, that says, I can't. When you absolutely can, that's your real enemy, not your circumstances, not your past. The version of you that's too afraid to become what you're meant to be. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Nobody is coming. This is it. You want a better life. Build it. You want respect. Earn it. You want success. Take it. The universe rewards action, not intention. It doesn't matter what you think about doing, what you plan to do, what you wish you could do. The only thing that matters is what you actually do when nobody's watching, when it's hard, when every fiber of your being wants to quit. And let me tell you about quitting. Quitting is easy. Giving up is the most natural thing in the world. That's why most people do it. But you're not most people. You're someone who understands that pain is temporary, but regret is forever. You're someone who knows that the hard road, the road less traveled, is the only road worth taking. Every rep when you're exhausted, every hour when you'd rather sleep, every moment you choose discipline over comfort. That's where you separate yourself from the masses. The world is not going to hand you anything. It's going to test you. It's going to break you down. It's going to make you want to quit. Good. That's the filter. That's how you know you're on the right path. If it was easy, everyone would do it, and it wouldn't be worth doing. Your struggles are not obstacles. They're the forge where your character is being hammered into steel. Rise and conquer now. Not because it's easy. Not because you feel like it. But because you refuse to look back in 10 years and wonder what could have been. You refuse to be the person who had potential but never used it. You refuse to settle for a life of quiet desperation when you were built for greatness. The time is now. The moment is here. And you have a choice: remain comfortable and ordinary, or embrace the pain and become extraordinary. Listen to me right now, because what I'm about to tell you will either wake you up or confirm that you're already dead inside. Tomorrow is the single biggest lie that humanity has ever collectively agreed to believe. It's the most seductive, most dangerous, most soul-crushing deception that keeps billions of people trapped in mediocrity. You tell yourself you'll start that business tomorrow. You'll hit the gym tomorrow. You'll make that call tomorrow. You'll become the person you're meant to be tomorrow. And tomorrow comes, and what do? You push it to another tomorrow, and another, and another. Until one day you wake up and realize you're 50 years old, overweight, broke, and full of regrets. Right this second, while you're processing these words, someone somewhere is taking action. They're not smarter than you. They're not more talented than you. They probably started with less than you have right now. But they understood something that you haven't figured out yet. They understood that the only moment that exists, the only moment that has ever existed, the only moment that will ever exist is none OW, not in 5 minutes, not after you finish scrolling, not when you feel motivated. You know what's happening in your brain when you say, I'll do it tomorrow. You're getting a tiny hit of dopamine. Your brain rewards you for planning to do something as if you've already done it. It's a neurological trick that evolution played on you, and you're falling for it every single day. You feel good about planning to wake up early, so you never actually wake up early. You feel accomplished thinking about starting that project, so you never start it. Your brain can't tell the difference between planning and doing, but reality can. And reality doesn't care about your plans. Every second you waste waiting for tomorrow, someone else is building their empire. Every minute you spend convincing yourself that conditions aren't perfect yet, someone else is taking imperfect action and learning from it. Every hour you delay because you don't feel ready, someone else is failing forward and getting better. They're not waiting to feel ready. They're making themselves ready through action. And while you're still preparing to prepare, they've already lapped you 5 times. Here's the brutal truth that nobody wants to hear. You're going to die, maybe tomorrow, maybe in 50 years. But you're going to die, and when you're on that deathbed, you're not going to think about all the comfortable nights you spent on the couch. You're going to think about all the chances you didn't take, all the risks you didn't run, all the dreams you postponed until they became regrets. The graveyard isn't just full of people who are going to start tomorrow. It's full of unfulfilled potential, unwritten books, unbuilt businesses, unlived lives. What if I told you that your future self is watching you right now? The you from 10 years ahead, the one who either made it or didn't, is looking back at this exact moment. What do you think that person is screaming at you? Do it now. Move now. Start now. Don't waste another second in the prison of tomorrow. That future version of you either thanks you for the action you took today or resents you for the time you wasted. The clock is ticking. It's always been ticking. And it doesn't slow down because you're not ready. It doesn't pause because you're afraid. It doesn't stop because you need more time. Time is the one resource you can never get back, and you're spending it like you have an infinite supply. You don't. Every moment you wait is a moment you'll never see again. Every opportunity you postpone becomes an opportunity that passes you by. The universe moves forward with or without you, and tomorrow is just your excuse to stay exactly where you are. Stop lying to yourself. Stop trading your dreams for comfort. Stop believing that tomorrow is somehow going to be different if you don't make today different. Rise up and take action, Nenabo, or accept that you've chosen mediocrity forever. You want to know who's really holding you back? Look in the mirror. That person staring back at you is both your greatest ally and your most dangerous enemy. Stop blaming your boss, your parents, your circumstances, the economy, the government, or whatever convenient scapegoat you've invented to avoid facing the real problem. The real problem is that weak, undisciplined, excuse-making version of yourself that you keep protecting and defending like it's some precious thing worth saving. It's not. That version of you needs to die. Every single morning, you wake up and you have a choice. You can either feed the warrior inside you or you can feed the victim. One of them makes you stronger, builds your empire, and commands respect from the world. The other one keeps you comfortable, keeps you safe, keeps you exactly where you are forever. And here's what's terrifying. Most people spend their entire lives feeding the wrong one. They nurture their weaknesses. They justify their failures. They create elaborate stories about why they can't instead of focusing on how they can. Right now, there's a battle happening inside your mind. On one side is the version of you that wants to dominate, that wants to build something meaningful, that refuses to accept average as an option. On the other side is the version that wants to hit snooze one more time, scroll for another hour, eat that garbage food, skip that workout, avoid that difficult conversation, and stay in your comfort zone where nothing bad can happen, but nothing great can happen either. Which one are you feeding? Because I guarantee you, whichever one you feed today is the one that's going to be stronger tomorrow. You think your enemy is out there somewhere. You think it's the person who got the promotion you wanted, or the competitor who's winning in your market, or the friend who seems to have it all figured out. Wrong. Those people aren't your enemy. They're just mirrors showing you what's possible when someone decides to stop making excuses. Your real enemy wakes up with you every morning. It whispers in your ear that you deserve a break, that you've worked hard enough, that you can start fresh on Monday, that you're not really built for this anyway. That voice in your head telling you to take it easy, to slow down, to be realistic, to lower your standards so you don't get disappointed. That's not wisdom. That's not self-care. That's the weak version of yourself trying to survive because it knows that if you actually push yourself, if you actually commit to excellence, it will cease to exist. And it's fighting for its life. Every time you choose discipline, you're killing it. Every time you choose comfort, you're bringing it back to life stronger than before. Here's what most people don't understand. You're not fighting against external forces. You're fighting against your own biology, your own psychology, your own programming. Your brain is designed to keep you safe, not to make you great. Your body wants to conserve energy, not expend it building something extraordinary. Your emotions want immediate gratification, not delayed rewards. Everything inside you is screaming to take the easy path, and you have to consciously override those signals every single day. The person you see when you look in the mirror right now is not your final form. That's either your starting point or your ending point, and you get to decide which one. Are you going to spend your energy protecting that soft, excuse-making, comfort-seeking version of yourself? Or are you going to wage war against it every single day until it's completely destroyed and replaced by someone unrecognizable? Someone disciplined, someone relentless. Someone who doesn't need motivation because they've built systems. Someone who doesn't make excuses because they've eliminated that option entirely. Stop fighting ghosts. Stop creating external enemies to justify your lack of progress. The enemy is you, the weak you, the undisciplined you, the version of you that knows what needs to be done but doesn't do it. Destroy that person, and you'll realize there was never anything else standing in your way. Wake up. Seriously, wake up right now. You're sitting there waiting for someone to give you permission to be great. You're waiting for your parents to believe in you, for your friends to support you, for society to validate your dreams, for some magical moment when everything aligns perfectly and someone taps you on the shoulder and says, "It's your turn now." Let me tell you something that's going to hurt. That moment is never coming. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to fix your life. Nobody is coming to hand you the success you think you deserve. You've been conditioned since childhood to wait. Wait for the teacher to call on you. Wait for permission to speak. Wait for someone to notice your potential. Wait for the right opportunity to present itself. And now you're an adult still waiting like a child who needs approval from authority figures who don't even exist anymore. You're paralyzed by this need for external validation, this belief that someone out there has the power to make or break your destiny. They don't. The only person with that power is you, and you're wasting it waiting for a rescue that's never going to arrive. Look around you right now. Every successful person you admire, every empire that's been built, every legacy that matters started with one person who stopped waiting and started taking. They didn't have permission. They didn't have approval. They didn't have perfect conditions or unlimited resources or a clear path forward. What they had was the understanding that if they didn't save themselves, nobody would. They looked at their circumstances and said, "This is it. This is what I have to work with, and I'm going to build something extraordinary anyway." You want a better life? Then build it yourself. Brick by brick, day by day, sacrifice by sacrifice. You want respect? Then earn it through actions that command respect. You want success? Then take it from a world that's not going to hand it to you willingly. Stop looking for shortcuts. Stop looking for mentors to do the work for you. Stop looking for systems that promise overnight results. The universe doesn't respond to hopes and wishes and positive thinking. The universe responds to action, to effort, to relentless forward momentum regardless of how you feel. Here's the reality check you need. You are alone in this. Not in a depressing way, but in an empowering way. You are the only person who's going to be there at 3 a.m. when the work needs to be done. You are the only person who's going to push yourself when everyone else says you should rest. You are the only person who's going to sacrifice comfort today for success tomorrow. Your parents can't do it for you. Your partner can't do it for you. Your friends can't do it for you. This is your life, your responsibility, your burden to carry. And yes, it's heavy. Yes, it's unfair that nobody handed you an instruction manual or a trust fund or connections in high places. But complaining about fairness is for children. You're not a child anymore. You're a grown person in a competitive world where results are the only thing that matters. Not your excuses. not your backstory, not how hard you tried. Results. And results come from one place: you taking massive action without waiting for anyone's permission or assistance. Stop checking your phone hoping someone sent you an opportunity. Stop refreshing your email waiting for that big break. Stop looking at other people's success stories hoping their path will somehow become yours. Your salvation isn't coming from outside. It's not in a course you need to buy, a person you need to meet, or a lucky break you need to catch. It's inside you right now, buried under layers of doubt and hesitation, and this ridiculous belief that you need someone else to unlock it. You don't. You have everything you need. The only question is whether you're going to use it or waste it waiting for a savior who doesn't exist. They've got you exactly where they want you. Comfortable, sedated, docile. You're sitting on your couch right now, perfectly content, scrolling through your phone, consuming entertainment designed specifically to keep you numb. And you think this is living. You think this is what life is supposed to be. Let me shatter that illusion for you. Comfort is not a reward. It's a prison. And you've been locked inside it so long you've forgotten what it feels like to be free. Society has turned you into an addict. You're addicted to ease. You're addicted to instant gratification. You're addicted to doing nothing and feeling okay about it. They feed you endless streams of content, one-click ordering, climate-controlled environments, and a million ways to avoid any form of discomfort. And why? Because comfortable people are predictable people. Comfortable people are manageable people. Comfortable people don't revolt, don't innovate, don't build empires. They just consume and obey and stay exactly where the system needs them to be. Think about it. When was the last time you did something truly difficult? When was the last time you pushed yourself beyond what felt safe and easy? When was the last time you voluntarily chose pain over pleasure because you knew it would make you better? If you can't remember, then you're not living, you're existing. You're a domesticated animal that's forgotten it used to be a predator. You had claws and teeth and killer instincts, but you traded them all for a warm bed and a full belly. Every day you choose comfort, you're choosing weakness. Every time you hit snooze, instead of attacking the day, you're choosing to stay small. Every time you order takeout, instead of cooking, scroll instead of reading, watch instead of creating, you're reinforcing the chains that keep you trapped. And the worst part, you don't even realize you're trapped because your prison is padded with cushions and filled with distractions. It doesn't feel like a prison. It feels like home. But here's what they don't tell you: that feeling in your chest, that vague dissatisfaction, that quiet voice asking, "Is this all there is?" That's your soul suffocating. That's the warrior inside you banging on the walls of your comfortable cage, screaming to be let out. You were not designed to be comfortable. You were designed to hunt, to struggle, to overcome, to conquer. Your ancestors survived ice ages and predators and starvation. They built civilizations with their bare hands. And you can't even wake up early without crying about it. The moment you step outside your comfort zone is the moment you start actually living. Cold showers shock your system awake. Hard workouts remind you that you're capable of more than you think. Difficult conversations build your character. Financial discipline teaches you delayed gratification. Every single thing worth having in life exists on the other side of discomfort. Health, wealth, respect, purpose, meaning. None of it is available in the comfortable zone. None of it can be delivered to your door or streamed to your screen. You want to know why you admire certain people. It's not because they're comfortable. It's because they clearly suffered. You can see it in how they carry themselves. They've been through fire and it forged them into something harder, something stronger, something real. You can't fake that. You can't buy that. You can only earn it by voluntarily walking into the flames when everyone else is running away. Your comfort is killing your potential. Every day you spend in your temperature-controlled bubble is a day your spirit atrophies. Every hour you spend avoiding discomfort is an hour you spend becoming weaker, softer, less capable of handling what life is inevitably going to throw at you. Because pain is coming whether you practice for it or not. Hardship is guaranteed. The only question is whether you're going to be ready for it or whether it's going to break you because you spent your whole life hiding from anything that felt difficult. You think life is supposed to be easy. You think you're supposed to glide through existence without resistance, without struggle, without wanting to quit every single day. then you fundamentally misunderstand how greatness is created. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is the entrance exam. It's the filter that separates those who will achieve something significant from those who will spend their lives wondering what could have been. And right now, you're either passing that test or you're proving you don't belong in the arena with the winners. Listen carefully. When things get hard, when obstacles appear, when you feel like giving up, that's not a sign you're on the wrong path. That's confirmation you're exactly where you need to be. Easy doesn't build character. Easy doesn't reveal what you're made of. Easy is for people who want to stay mediocre forever. The universe is testing you right now, and most people fail this test. They hit their first real resistance and they fold. They encounter their first significant obstacle and they quit. They face their first major setback and they convince themselves it wasn't meant to be. But here's what the winners know that you need to understand: the pain is the point. The struggle is not something to avoid or overcome as quickly as possible. The struggle is where the transformation happens. Every rep when your muscles are screaming, every hour when you want to sleep, but you keep working, every moment when quitting would be so much easier than continuing, that's when you're becoming someone new. That's when the old, weak version of you is dying and something stronger is being born. Think about steel for a second. You take iron ore, worthless rock pulled from the ground, and you subject it to extreme heat and pressure. You hammer it, you fold it, you heat it again. You beat it into submission over and over and over. And what emerges? Something completely different. Something stronger than almost anything else on earth. That's what's happening to you right now in your struggles. You're not being punished, you're being forged. The heat you feel is not destroying you, it's refining you, burning away the impurities and leaving only what's strong enough to survive. Your pain has a purpose. That business that's struggling, it's teaching you resilience. That relationship that's challenging you, it's teaching you patience and communication. That body that won't cooperate, it's teaching you discipline and consistency. That bank account that's not where you want it, it's teaching you the value of every dollar and the cost of your time. Nothing is random. Nothing is wasted. Every obstacle is a university, and pain is the tuition you pay for an education that no book can provide. And here's the secret that changes everything. The people who succeed are not the ones who face less pain. They're the ones who understand that pain is temporary, but quitting is permanent. They know that this feeling, this difficulty, this moment of wanting to give up will pass. Maybe not today, maybe not this week, but it will pass. And when it does, they'll be standing on the other side transformed, while everyone else who quit will still be in the same place they started, telling themselves comforting lies about why they couldn't make it. The world needs the hard things to be hard. If building a business was easy, everyone would do it and it would be worthless. If getting in shape was easy, everyone would be fit and it wouldn't be impressive. If mastering a skill was easy, everyone would be an expert and expertise would mean nothing. The difficulty is not a bug, it's a feature. It's the mechanism that ensures only those who truly want it, only those who are willing to suffer for it, only those who refuse to quit no matter what actually get to have it. So when life gets hard, smile. You're being given an opportunity that most people will never have the chance to prove you're not like everyone else. You're going to die one day. I know you don't like thinking about it. I know you push that thought away every time it surfaces. But you're going to die, and when you're lying there taking your last breaths, you're not going to care about the times you played it safe. You're not going to reminisce about all those comfortable weekends on the couch. You're going to think about the chances you didn't take, the risks you were too afraid to run, the person you could have become but never did. And that regret lasts forever. That regret follows you to the grave. Pain, on the other hand, is temporary. Right now, in this exact moment, you're making a choice. You're either choosing temporary discomfort that leads to permanent pride, or you're choosing temporary comfort that leads to permanent regret. Every single decision you make falls into one of these two categories. That alarm goes off at 5 in the morning, and you have a choice: 5 seconds of pain hitting that cold floor, or a lifetime of wondering why you never built that business. You're standing at the gym entrance, and you have a choice: 1 hour of discomfort, or years of hating what you see in the mirror. You're about to make that sales call, and you have a choice: 2 minutes of potential rejection or decades of financial struggle because you were too scared to hear the word no. The math is simple. The pain you're avoiding right now lasts minutes, maybe hours, occasionally days. But the regret of not taking action, that lasts until the day you die, and it compounds. It grows. It becomes this heavy weight you carry everywhere, getting heavier with each passing year. You'll see someone else living your dream and think, I could have done that. You'll watch someone younger than you achieve what you talked about achieving and think, I had that idea first. You'll look at your life at 50, at 60, at 70 and think, where did it all go? Why didn't I just do it? Here's what separates you from the masses. The masses run from pain. They organize their entire existence around avoiding discomfort. They pick careers that won't challenge them. They choose relationships that won't push them to grow. They set goals that are easily achievable so they never have to face failure. And you know what they get? A safe, predictable, utterly forgettable life. They get to be comfortable right up until the moment they die full of regret. But you're different. At least you have the potential to be different. You understand that every moment you choose discipline over comfort, you're separating yourself from everyone else. Every morning you get up when you don't want to, you're building a different future. Every workout when you're exhausted, every hour of work when you'd rather relax, every dollar you save when you want to spend, you're investing in a version of yourself that your future self will thank you for. That's the secret. That's what nobody tells you. Your future self is either going to curse you or praise you based on what you do today. Think about it. 10 years from now, you're going to exist. That's not optional. The question is, what kind of person are you going to be? Are you going to be someone who took the shots, who failed forward, who built something, who became someone? Or are you going to be someone who played it safe, who avoided risk, who let fear make all your decisions? Because I promise you this, the person who took the risks and failed will sleep better than the person who never tried at all. Stop trading your future for temporary comfort. Stop sacrificing what you want most for what you want right now. Stop choosing the easy path that leads to a hard life instead of the hard path that leads to an easy life. Pain is temporary. It ends. Regret is forever. It haunts you until your last breath. Choose wisely. Stop reading. Stop listening. Stop consuming. Start doing. Start building. Start conquering. Your empire is waiting, but it won't build itself. Rise up, take what's yours, and show the world what happens when someone decides that average is not an option. This is your moment. Seize it.